Great Shrotas, great Sadhakas, wonderful individuals, citizens of this globe universe. Welcome you all with all greetings, gratitudes, salutations, and congratulations. This way, may our intellects get opened up for the higher and higher knowledges and wisdoms, and therefore we discover greater and higher possibilities, and thus, with our conscious efforts, taking the help of the Shastra, Guru, and the Lord, we keep on evolving from the limitations, bondages into the limitless liberation. When study Gita, focus is may I become like Arjuna, living dharmic life, living life of respect to elders, living in Krishna Bhakti. Finally, deserving from Krishna only the moksha giving Tattva Jnana. When I study Bhagavatam, we should seek to be like Parikshit, searching whom the great Guru Shukadev ji himself came and gave Saguna Nirguna Paramatma Jnanam Tattva Jnanam Moksha. When we study the Upanishads, Katha, seek to be like Nachiketa. When we study the Upanishad, seek to be like the disciple Shaunakovai Mahashalaha. So when we study the Prahlada Charitra, oh, let me be like Prahlada, totally immersed in the Purna Sharagati Yukta, Samarpana Yukta Bhakti to Lord, that He comes taking any rupa to save me, to eliminate any powerful dushta. You know? Same way, when we are studying this Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayanam, in general, seek to be like Bhagavan Rama, to be in that beautiful first prakarana Vairagya Sthiti, second prakarana Pamukshu Sthiti. Thereby, invoking from the great Guru Vaashishtha ji, the jnanam that the Utpatthi, Sthiti and Laya Jagat is only appearance on the substratum Param Brahman, realizing which we get Nirvana. So too, within this Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, when we are studying Leela seek to be like Leela, isn't it? She has, with so much devotion, invoked Mother Saraswati, isn't it? And along with Mother Saraswati, or guided by her through the Nirvikalpa Samadhi Sthiti, she could transcend the Dehatadhatmya, thereby the Bahya Jagat, Asakti, etc. Ragadvesha. Thus she could, now listen carefully next sentence, reach to the Ativahika Dehasthiti. Therefore, studying Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, especially this Prakarana, we should not understand that there is Ativahika Dehasthiti, there is Chidakasha Sthiti, any day that is greater, higher, nobler in all aspects than living like a Deha by being a Jiva. Therefore, let me too cherish realizing the Ativahika Sthiti. Let me too cherish realizing the Chidakasha Brahma Sthiti. These understandings, acceptances, sankalpas, desires for the higher have to be generated in our heart as a result of serious, sincere listening, contemplating. For that purpose only, all these satsangas by our gurus, all these shastras by our gurus. You know, you can see in the next text, today's that shloka, Aham Brahma iti vakyartha bodho yavat dudi bhavet tavat samadhi sahita shravanadikam abhyaset. So, when I am listening to this Leela Upakhyana, so great is Leela that with mother she could go and see so many Brahmandas. How it was possible to her? only by getting out of Dehosmi sthiti. So seek that. Nahan Dehosmi, Nahan Dehosmi, Aham Brahmasmi is my goal. Day in and day out, the desire for Brahma Prapti should be strengthened. And the detachment from Jivosmi, Dehosmi should become stronger. Nobody can tell us this way. We have to tell to ourselves, find for ourselves, tell to ourselves. And please remember, yesterday that 25 minutes of introduction which we saw before this text started is so profound and so crucial. Even myself, after the class, felt so happy that Bhagavan has given us those beautiful thoughts. Comparing with Leela's present state of evolution and where do we stand with the wretched Deha Tadatmya, seeking pleasures for it, never ending, for the sake of that, doing any ignoble nonsensical work, including the beggary and slavery to the dead, inert, insentient Shabda Sparsha Adi. Just to see how pathetic is our life, that for the pleasures of senses we are slaves to the jada objects of the world. That we say, I can't be without tea, I can't be without coffee, I can't be without that bhoga, that indulgence, this person, that thing. What a pathetic life it is. It's like a multimillionaire with the rags, clothes torn, with all the, you know, wounds everywhere, with bath not taken for months together, begging here and there. He is a multimillionaire, but doesn't know. But is begging here now. And is being kicked by everyone, humiliated by everyone, insulted by everyone, discarded by, disrespected by everyone. We are living that life of discarding, life of insult, disrespect, humiliation, dejection, disappointments, every moment. And still we don't realize how shameless we are. That when the police is interrogating and giving the bangings with that hunter, putting in the jail, still he still is not thinking that what the crime of looting or stealing have done is a crime. I should have not done it. I will not do here onwards. Instead of thinking like that, he's only thinking, Ki, when I am released, which is the place I have to again target for stealing. Same way, the Shabdasparsha Adi, the Raga Dveshadi, putting us in the jail of, Upadi Tadatmya, giving us every punishment of every dukkha. Going through this, still we are thinking again to go through which bhoga again, which attachment, which identification. See that how fallen down are our equipments. All this is because our intellects are not exposed to the higher possibilities, the higher wisdoms, which are so profoundly, beautifully hidden in our Sanatana Dharma, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa, Shastras. Our mistake. Shastras are eternally there. Shastra Jnana giving, Gurus are continuously there, and those Gurus are again and again continuously giving the Prabodha, the teaching, the Upadeshas. We only have denied a chance for ourselves to go and listen, to get the information, to get the conviction, to take an initiative, to get transformed. All so far the mistakes done by us, at least now let us rectify. Let us continuously listen to our Shastras. Let's continuously get both the information, the inspiration. It is a great challenge and an opportunity in our hands to rise above all these petty, tiny, paltry, insignificant little identifications, but the sufferings are so big. So seek. I like see Leela have to go beyond Dehaditadatmya and get into the Ativahika Dehasthiti. So such existence is there. That is more free, more joyful, no limitation there, no bondage. We can seek that, isn't it? Like in the Bhautika Jagat, I can travel on scooter. Why walk or cycle? I can earn it. Little hard work. Don't we get more money and buy the two-wheeler and more comfortably travel in it? So I can travel in car. I can buy so little more hard work done. The four-wheeler, more comfort seated and driving protected from the sunlight, the dust, the cold, heat, everything. Think about it. Everywhere. I can wear better clothes. I can stay in a better house. Why cocooned? All in one wala. I can have the three-bedroom flat. Then why I suffer the heat? I can have fan or cooler or AC. Materialistically, don't we think about the higher possibilities work towards it? In the same way, the identification wise also, from Dehosmi, from Jivosmi, we can be the Ativahika Sthiti, we can be Chidakasha Sthiti. I am the Chidakash. See, when I am Dehosmi, even the Jada Shabda Sparshadi enslaven us, isn't it? But when I am Chidakasha Rupasmi, even the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaradi, Devatas also cannot do Shasana on me. They also cannot, you understand, command me because I am even beyond them. Aham Brahmas. Think. So our Shastras, Sanatana Dharma, Tattva Shastras mainly provide us this data. So the requestful suggestion is with open hands, receive that. Ponder over it for your own understanding and conviction. But it should be unbiased. In an unbiased way, if you ponder over, definitely the right understanding and conviction will come. The right understanding conviction is any day it is nobler to be Chidakasha than to be the Dehosmi, etc. If that's the case, then seek it. To desire to seek the eternal, that all these classes we are listening to. Then shake yourself ourselves and see whether in me the thoughts, the desires, the sankalpas, the prayers to rise above my identity from the upadhis to nirupadhika, is it happening or not? If not, more listening, more contemplation. Because there is nothing greater, higher, nobler than this. Think. Thank you. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti, 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakyatah Sarva Vedantaha Sachastraha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham Om श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि श्री उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण उक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मय उक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ते विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ते तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्नसमूल निर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वसिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणमध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्र योपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभोः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्यमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने विचित्र ब्रह्मांड वर्णनम नाम 30तमः सर्गः. So in that pure infinite consciousness, the Parabrahma, the Chid Akasha, Vichitra means variety of Brahmandas, Ananta Koti are there. Like the bubbles in the ocean or like the trasarenus in the sunlight. That big is the universe, and bigger than that, immeasurable is the pure conscious Brahman. We can identify with that. That's the acme, that's the goal of every jiva in evolution. Like every reverse, final goal is to run and run and run and merge in the ocean, which is its own essential self and which is infinite, from which, for whatever the reasons, the river got the separation, felt different, and suffering all those limitations. Now it is one with the ocean. So to have that infinite Brahman. See, to catch this, how much our buddhi has to grow in the understanding, which we gain only through Upanishad and such Shastra, not only Shravana, but Manana. We are now getting a habit of doing Shravana. Then again, with our pure heart of prayers and inclination and wants, we will get evolved, promoted into next level of doing the manana of all this. Through the manana, the objective information becomes the subjective knowledge. Thereafter, we'll also understand, therefore, what are the sadhanas to be done. When they are done, then the subjective knowledge becomes direct personal experience. Keep these things in mind always. Now, this Brahmanda Varnana is done. यस्यभिसा यथा विन्ध्यवना भोगे प्रस्फुरन्ति करेणवः तथा तस्मिन् पराभोगे ब्रह्माण्डत्रसरेणवः. Like in the Vindhyachala mountain forests, in one corner the herds of elephants are found, not everywhere. So too the infinite Chidakasha, somewhere here and there in the patches, the Brahmandas, like the Trasarenus, are projected, rejected. Isn't it? How much our Rishi Munis have reached to, both in understanding the infinite Brahman, though is beyond understanding, and understanding the position of the Anantakoti Brahmandas. See the beauty. Can our intellect rise to that level to understand? Then, tatha, in that way, yatha vindyavana bhoge praspuranti karenavaha, tatha, in that way, tasmin parabhoge, in that pure consciousness, brahmanda trasarenavaha, the trasarenus of brahmandas are here or there, just they are there. Otherwise, the Chidakasha is infinite. है ना? Like in the infinite bhumi, some places trees, jungles are there. Many places bhumi is like that. So too with so much of the mud, some places the pots are made. All other mud is same. So much in the waters, surface of the water is taking the shape of waves and bubbles, but the below the water is untouched. Everywhere it is, isn't it? समझ में आ गया ना? The amount of the iron ore that is there, a part of it is taken and the iron material are made. मतलब from the adhisthana moola padartha, the kalpita are very, very few. So that's adhisthana Brahman, the kalpita Brahmandas are here and there like Trasarenos. Next. And yet, one thing should be very clear. All these Trasarenu Samana Brahmandas are in their essential matter or substratum or the self. They are all nothing but that Chidakasha. That is called subtlety in our understanding. Okay. Like when I am seeing an object, see, this is a phone. Everybody knows it. But intellectually analyzed, okay, when I can undoubtedly, not necessary to tell others, but within myself, if I know that it is nothing but space, then I have understood Vedanta. And anything gross in its substratum is space only. That's what the scientists, in their effort of searching the Mula Padartha, they have gone to the Anu Paramanu levels and going inside, they finally say it is the energy in motion. After that, they have reached. What is that Shakti? The objectification of the subjective consciousness, only the Shakti. Beyond that Shakti, between the Shakti and the Chaitanya Paramatma, what is there is space only. They have reached to that level. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पर कह रहे कि in every gross object we see it is nothing but akasha in that form. Go beyond that, akasha is the chitta. The chitta is chit only. Therefore, the one who seeing any object in the world reaches to that it is nothing but Paramatma in this form, he has understood Vedanta. That is what is the training given to Arjuna by Krishna from chapter 7 up to 10th, the Vibhuti Yoga. All are my own Vibhutis, he says. Everything is my own expression. So here also, all these Brahmandas, though be attentive, appear to have their own shapes and sizes and contents, etc. All of them with all those things in their substratum are nothing but the pure Chidakash. Ha ha. Therefore, on Chidakasha with its own Shakti, all these are kalpita on it for its play. Therefore, everything is sacred because it's Lord's play. Nothing is real or important because it's merely a play. So, as a sacred play of the Lord, play your play with all due respect. Mukta Sangaha Samachara. And from our side, because it is unreal, only projection, don't have any attachment, association, identity with it. See that? If I am working in a government office, the work given to me is the work of the sacred government of India. So I respectfully do that job with all my perfection. Okay. As regards myself is concerned, I am not attached to it. For my own any selfish gains, I am happy with the salary given to me for my survival. See that? And beyond these two, I am that reality in which all these are projected. That most profound truth is said in these two slokas. In fact, to drive this point in the heart only, Mother Saraswati is there to teach to Leela. बाकी सारे details in any of the Shastras, Shruti Smriti Purana Ityasa, Sarvam Brahmamayam, and that Brahman is you, is the crux of all teachings. All else are the details, all else are the means to drive this point into our hearts. पकड़ में आए कि नहीं अभी देखो any satsang you go, any pustaka you read, you can now guess what is the level of that speaker, what is the level of that book. If it is reminding is the reality, so there is something in it. If it is only talked about the ephemeral things, all the outer things, so pakanayabi. You have to be selective, you can't listen to anything which binds you again. You have to listen to only that which reminds and reveals or guides towards the reality. See here, Bhagavan Vaashishtha says, these two slokas very crucial. Tasmin sarvam tatas sarvam tat sarvam sarvataschayat taccha sarvamayo nityam tatha tadanukam prati. See that? Tasmin sarvam. All bubbles are in the oceanic water. All Brahmandas are in Chidakasha. Tataha sarvam. All bubbles have come from the ocean. All Brahmandas have come from the Chidakasha. Tat sarvam. All bubbles and waves are nothing but the oceanic water only. All Brahmandas are nothing but pure consciousness named and formed through Maya. Okay. Tat sarvam sarvatascha yat. Therefore, like in and out of the every bubble and wave permeated by the water only, so to in and out of every Brahmanda with all its variety of contents is permeated by that Chidakasha only. Then Tacha Sarvamayo Nityam. Therefore, never ever any of the wave, water, any bubble can't exist separate from the water. So too, Tacha Sarvamayo Nityam, everything is permeated by him. Without him, none of them can even exist also. Tacha Sarvamaya. Sarvam is full of that only. Tacha Chidakashamaya. Okay, the Chidakasha only Sarvam. Then Tatha Tad Anukam Prati, thus Tat Anu is nothing but that Chidakasha only. Tat Prati Anukam Tadeva. Anything micro macro are nothing but him only. So every pot is nothing but mud. Every Rupanama, whether it is a small atom or it is a Brahmanda. He is nothing but Parabrahma Paramatma. The Jadata, the Chetanata, the different gunas, lakshanas, abilities, capacities, descriptions, all of them are Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana on that Brahman. Without touching the Brahman, changing the Brahman. And how it is happening? That's what is our very deep study that's going on nowadays in Mandukya Upanishad. Dharmaya iti jayante te na tattvataha janma maya upamam tesham sacha maya na vidyate. Highest of the Vedanta. All parts are made out of maya because really they are not made because the mud is remaining intact in and through. So the karya, the pot, is maya maya, the karana. Because the karya, the pot is maya maya, its karana maya also. Oh, sorry, the pot, the mithya, the karana maya also is a not real only. What is there only on pure mud? It is dare not touched by anything, anytime. Sacha maya na vidyate. Only when you see the world of multiplicity as its cause, the idea of maya is brought with all its explanations. But in pure Brahman, he is always the same. Where is maya in him? Think this is the highest Vedanta. So tasmin sarvam tatas sarvam tat sarvam sarvataschayatu tatcha sarvamayo nityam tata tad anukam prati is the highest loka. Therefore, when I am explaining to you all the lokas, brahmandas, their chitra vichitra shaili in and out, that's only maya kalpita, but substratum of all of that is the Brahman only. Hmm. एनीवेयर इन एनी ब्रह्मांड यू गो या कहीं भी किसी के घर में आप वुडन फर्नीचर देखोगे ऑल ऑफ दैट इज प्रोजेक्टेड ऑन द वुड ओनली isn't it? Not that in my house the furniture wooden is made out of something and there other thing. No. यहाँ का भी वही लकड़ से ही बनता है. So to any brahmandas, anything is अधिष्ठान ब्रह्म के ऊपर कल्पिता. Next श्लोका, same thing. शुद्ध बोधमये तस्मिन् परमालोकवारिधौ अजस्रमेत्य गच्छन्ति ब्रह्माण्डाख्यास्तरङ्गकाः. This one shloka contemplation can bring us out of so many notions, limitations, worries, fears, anxieties, etc., etc. All put together is called the Dukkhamaya Samsara. Now understand? Not understanding these things, not having this jnanam called as ajnanam is the hetu of all bhaya, bhranti, dukkha. एक श्लोक ध्यान से सुनो. शुद्ध बोधमये तस्मिन्. In that Chidakasha, which is Shuddha Bodhamaya, pure, immaculate, not dragged into even thought level, that Bodha Swarupa, in that Chetana Swarupa consciousness, which is Parama Aloka Varidhi, which is supreme, infinite ocean of Aloka consciousness Prakash. So that Shuddhamaya Bodha is compared with the Varadhi, the Samudra, sorry, Varidhi Samudra of Aloka. Like in the ocean, there is water there. In this ocean, the consciousness is there. Shuddha Bodhamaye Tasmin Paramaloka Varidho. In that, Ajastram, continuously, constantly, Etya Gachanti, projected and dissolved. Or what? Brahmanda Akhyaha Tarangikaha. The Brahmanda named waves. Like in the ocean, water, so many waves are rising and setting. Imagine that. Imagine the ocean in your mind in this very moment. A vast ocean in front of you. You are on the top of some, let us say, building from where the ocean can be seen. How many waves every moment are rising and falling. In the same way, in the infinite ocean of consciousness, Shuddha Bodhamaya Parama Prakasha Samudra, what are the waves that are rising and falling? Brahmandas. With all their sizes and shapes, and in them Chara, Achara, Jada, Chetana, Sara jo hai, nothing but the waves projected, rejected in the infinite consciousness. When one can lift our intellect to that understanding, then these small little houses or buildings or even the entire Bhumandala, does it find any importance and value? Think about it. So what it tells therefore, everything is that way from that standpoint, ashashvata, perishable. And yet, within that perishable only, there is something, the imperishable substratum. An Ajnani sees the perishable and gets miserable or frightened seeing it. A Jnani, within the same perishable, sees the substratum which is imperishable, he is at ease. Ajnani sees the pot broken and becomes miserable. Jnani sees the mud and relaxes. Mud is eternal, pot is breaking. Both are at same time, same place. The Jnani is seeing the eternal, the Ajnani is seeing the ephemeral. Because of his attention and attitude, attachment, everything to the ephemeral, anyway, one day it's going to go, so then he'll have to be disappointed. There is never ever happiness and peace to an Ajnani because whatever is holding on to the Rupa Nama, they are born and continuously modifying and they are going to perish one day. And nothing can make a Jnani miserable because his attention is always on the never born, changing, dying substratum, and that too as himself. There is nothing other than Brahman, and that Brahman is Janmadi Vikara Rahita, and that Janmadi Vikara Rahita Brahman is me. So I am that Brahman who is Janmadi Vikara Rahita, and I am that Brahman, there is nothing other than me. So I am infinite. Because I am infinite, all the fears of finitude have gone. Because of the absence of Janmadi Vikara Rahita, therefore the dukkha of the Vikara is gone. And because there is nothing other than me, there is no fear, competition, comparison, defeat, etc. अब देखो अनंत ब्रह्म में इन सबको कल्पित करके उनको रियलिटी देकर उनके बीच में लड़ाई झगड़ा करते हुए दुखी होना, that's what is the result of not knowing the Brahman called Ajnana. This is what technically called as avidya janita moha janita samsara. It's all Shastriya language. Whether language is Shastriya or your own local, your own mother tongue, understand the subject matter. That's important. So, Adbhuta Shloka. Shuddha Bodhamaye Tasmin Parama Aloka Varidau Ajastram Etya Gachanti Brahmandakhyaha Tarangikaha. Ajastram continuously Etya having projected Gachanti get dissolved Brahmandakhya Brahmanda like Brahmanda named Tarangikaha the waves in the Shuddha Bodhamaya Aloka Varidhi. The pure consciousness named ocean. The waves of the Brahmandas come and go. Maya Khanda Sukham Bodhau Bahuda Vishwavichaya Utpadyante Viliyante Maya Maruta Vibramatu. Same thing in Kaivalya. Mai eva sakalam jatam Mai sarvam pratishtitam Mai sarvam layam yati Tad brahma dvayamasmyaham. Rise to this knowledge. And it will come. Only when we pursue this knowledge relentlessly till it comes. इसके पीछे पढ़ो तो मिलेगा वो, मिलने तक पीछे पढ़ना पड़ेगा. मिलना at three levels: intellectual understanding, sadhana, and anubhuti. We are now at the Shravana level. convert it into intellectual understanding through manana, and then live that I am Chidakashosmi. I am not Deha, I am not Jiva. So I am not Jiva and Deha. Why should I run for karma and karma phala? Only do swadharma outside, no karma karma phala, all that removed, always seated at one place, doing Am Chidakasha Rupasmi, etc. All those who have realized yourself have done this only. Some inquired who am I and reached to that. Some already taught by the Guru that you are Brahman, worked on themselves and realized that. Both are same. मैं कौन हूँ पूछते हुए अंदर के आत्मवस्तु को पकड़ना या मैं उपाधियों के अतीत आत्मवस्तु हूँ पहले ही जानकर उपाधियों को पार जाके उनको पकड़ना. Ultimately, it's the same. This shloka should be remembered, right? Now continue some more Brahmandas. वर्णन अन्तः शून्याः स्थिताः केचित् सङ्कल्पक्षयरात्रयः तरङ्गा इव तोयेऽब्धौ प्रोह्यन्ते शून्यतार्णवे. अन्तः शून्याः स्थिताः केचित् सङ्कल्पक्षयरात्रयः. Some are the Brahmandas. Antah shunyaha. Within them there are no beings at all. क्यों? संकल्प क्षय रात्रय, like the ratri, so andhakara when we are in deep sleep, because all the sankalpas are kshaya, they are all dissolved. Antah shunyaha. There are some Brahmandas. You know? Like some of the ventures made by the builders. In every of the city nowadays you can see few of them. That huge construction of 10-15 stories are made, yet it is not yet occupied. Therefore, like a dynamic apartments of inhabitation by the people where throughout the day the variety of halla gulla goes on going on, you don't see in those shunya apartments. है कि नहीं, कुछ अनऑक्यूपाइड येट, है ना, अब सर्टिफिकेशन या परमिशन नहीं आया और कंप्लीशन नहीं हुआ अभी, therefore not handed over to the people. So therefore the owners, whoever have bought, they have not entered in that. Now imagine the same apartment when the people start entering into it. Let us say apartment of 20 flats, like that 100 apartments. So the 2000 flats when they are filled, अब देखो क्या हल्ला गुल्ला होता है. The cars are coming, scooters are coming, going, the children going to school, youngster going to college, then the women folk gathering under that sunlight, evening time the children in the playground, oldies, going for morning jogging, reaching bathroom, nowhere. You can see everything. Before that, that building Antashunya. Here also, Antashunyaha Sthitaha Kechit. Some of the Brahmandas are unoccupied, absolutely empty. Like Sankalpa Kshaya Ratri. The same example. The daytime is so buzzing with busyness, every house, every of the apartment locality. But देर रात में कोई किसी का कुछ संकल्प ही नहीं है, इसलिए कोई हलचल ही नहीं होता. Isn't it? Absolutely sankalpa kshaya. Therefore, no movement at all in that Ratri Kala. Like that are some Brahmandas. Taranga iva toyebdho prohyamte shunyata arnave. So they are like yet to be awakened waves of the ocean. You can just see, when you are familiar with the ocean wave formation, you can see the water is still, and you can still feel a force from within now going to mold that water to appear like the wave. So these are the things where अभी संकल्प नहीं हुआ, इसलिए पूरा उस ब्रह्मांड में जीव कोटि etc. नहीं बना. Or even Brahmandas have not yet expressed. They are in an unmanifest form. In an unmanifest form, the Brahmandas are. Antah Shunya. They will express. Okay. Next one. Keshanchidantah kalpantah pravritto ghargara ravaha न श्रुतोऽन्यैर्न च ज्ञातः स्वभावेन रसाकुलैः. Very cutest, though frightening, contrast picture. If in one, if at one side the unexpressed Brahmanda is there, unmanifest form in its own silent way, other side a Brahmanda fulfilled its all purpose. Now slowly getting broken, and while getting broken, the sound of breaking of Ghargara Arava. Ghargara Arava means the sound of Gara 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 the Brahmanda is making. Yet the beings in that and around that are so occupied in their own Vishaya Sakti that they are not aware that this Brahmanda is getting to be broken or dissolved. So, Keshanchid Antaha, in some of the Brahmandas, Kalpantaha Ghargara Aravaha Pravruttaha. कल्प का अंत होने वाला वो ब्रह्मांड का हो गया काल, अंत का घरघर शब्द आ रहा है. बट न श्रुतः अन्य ही न च ज्ञातः. The people inside that are around that are neither listening to it nor aware of it. Why? Why? Swabhavena rasa akulai. Because in their own nature they are totally occupied in the rasa swadana of the bahya jagat. अब देखो, we have to pause here to understand now. The famous regular example is that the frog is eating the small little mosquitoes or kida makoda, forgetting that it itself is eaten by 70% by this snake. उसको पता ही नहीं चला कि वो ऑलरेडी 70-80% सांप के मुंह में है, and still it is eating the things. In the same way, you see that, like, if you are not frightened, if you have that confidence to listen, how we all are busy in our watching TV, eating the food, and making halla gulla, even fighting with the people with hatred and jealousy, forgetting that the time already started from the time we are born to consume us. Are we aware of the death which is approaching? No, we are so busy in our own विषयाकुल रसाकुलता. हमारे खाने में, पीने में, सोने में इतना मस्त है कि हमको पता ही नहीं है कि ऑलरेडी द क्लॉक इज क्लॉकिंग. Every second getting over is only the approach or arrival of our own death, isn't it? But we don't bother, we don't worry, we don't see it because we are rasakula. We are so busy in our indulgence in the things and beings are in around. It's just like सब लोग बस में मस्ती मजा कर रहे, suddenly bus fell in the valley, or in the flight they are in, suddenly it just broke, fell down. These are all the accidents which we see. We are all also in that type of mode only. That's why who will murder whom at what time, who will die out of what stroke at what time, है ना, who will succumb to what, क्या पता हर दिन क्या सुन रहे कि नहीं. One day we also become a news, but we are aware or what? No. That's what he says. Some Brahmandas have already made the sound of breakage. है ना, खड़खड़ करके जब बिल्डिंग टूटता रहता है आवाज आता है कि नहीं. I saw, but others are not listening. So the contrast is, in the earlier, the Brahmanda has not yet even manifested. Here, it got manifested, all its expiry time has come. It is making garagara sound, which is the sound of its breakage. Now, when this wisdom 100 times contemplated by us, then even the Brahmandas made and broken, we are not bothered. When the Brahmandas made and broken, we are not worried. How can we be worried about anything happening in this world? But that's not important. The important most thing is the most closely identified. Our own Dehadi Upadhis, even of their Janma and Marana also, should not bother us. How will it happen, sir? Only when we rise to the identification with the substratum of the Stula Sukshma Karana, the Turiya Adhishtana. See that this is how Vedanta is the only one which gives us liberation from this Janma Marana. So, in other words, even if I am a Brahmadeva of one Brahmanda, My Brahmanda and me, both of will break one day. And like me, Ananta Koti Brahmandas and Brahmadevas are there. Like one doctor feels proud. What is there? 10 crore doctor है इस जगत में. A lawyer feels proud. 5 crore lawyer है उधर. MLA feels. What is there? Thousands. तो बाबा जी feels कि I'm talking on योगवास. अरे लाखों करोड़ों आए हैं मुझसे बेहतर कहने वाले, मुझ तो तुमसे बेहतर सुनने वाले. क्या बात कर रहे हो? Isn't it? And yet, our attention should be the eternally present substratum. What is Vedanta? Nityo nityanam chetanam eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman tam atmastam yenu pashyanti dhiraha tesham sukham shashvatam netaresha. The one whose attention is on the changing names and forms is a miserable samsari. The one whose attention and identification is with the changeless substratum is a liberated, blissful Jivan Mukta. That is the purpose. एको हंसः भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये स एवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः. Tomorrow we are going to see the second one. Ana salile visa sannivishtaha agnihi we have to say. Tameva viditva ati mrityumeti nanya panta vidite anaya. Only by knowing him as our own selves or ourselves as him that we transcend see the mrityu. Otherwise, even to a Brahmanda there is a mrityu. And when the Brahmanda dies, all the contents inside also die. When the house building collapses, उसके अंदर जितने भी है वो भी जाएंगे. अंत शून्य. ओके. केशांचिद अंतः कल्पांतः प्रवृत्तः घर्घर आरवः न श्रुतः अन्यैः न च ज्ञातः. Why? स्वभावेन रसाकुले. So what should be our final understanding? Before the body collapses, let us realize I am not the body. Isn't it? I am not the Jiva. I am Brahman. This is the highest understanding. If somebody can get it. And if somebody pursues that, it is the greatest to pursue. And if somebody realizes it, he is the ultimate he has reached. बस उसके बाद ना कुछ करना है ना कुछ पाना खोना है. I am the water, eternal, immutable, changeless, birthless, deathless. And me, the waves, ripples, bubbles, आन दो जान दो. मैनू कुछ नहीं होता. मैनू कुछ नहीं होता. Isn't it? Nothing happens to water when waves come and go. If you are a wave, continuously come and go through that misery. है ना? ये वेव, अरे मैं छोटा था बड़ा हो रहा हो रे बड़ा हो रहा हो, बूढ़ा हो रहा हो रे बूढ़ा हो रे, मर गई हो रे. Who will cry? Only wave. Or the other wave, so close it came to me, I love you, I hug you, and suddenly that is going away. अरे जा रहा है रे. Who will cry? Wave. What about water? See that? But our choice to continue to be wave is a worst choice. Till that wrong choice is broken and the right choice that I want to be the water is created in us, the only way is Shravana Manana of the Vedanta. Choose to be the water, eternal, not the wave which is continuously breaking. You know? तो बताओ आपको आपके गली के म्यूनिसिपल वार्ड का आपको काउंसिलर बनना है, वॉट एवर यू कॉल, और यू वांट टू बिकम द हेड ऑफ वन ब्रह्मांड. सोच लो. सोच लिया? मैं तो कहता हूँ neither of them. I want to realize the Chidakash. Because whether it is a ward councillor or it is a ब्रह्मदेवा of one ब्रह्मांड, वो भी घर घर आ राव करते हुए एक दिन उसका भी अंत हो जाएगा. So neither seek the jivatva nor seek any devatva. Seek only atmatva. If this is understood, you are listening carefully and I am telling the point. If this is not conveyed by me, In this regard, there is only vagueness, and all other things with all flowery language and expressions I told you, and you got it and you got entertained of it, but the main core is not got. So our this discussion is an utter failure. Our coming together is futile. It's better let us not meet each other. Yes. Next. Anyesham prathamarambhe shuddha bhusha vijrumbhate सर्गः संसिक्तबीजानां कोशेऽङ्कुरकला यथा. So अन्येषाम्, in some of the brahmandas, prathama arambhe shuddha bhushu vijrumbhate sargaha. Just the creation of the beings and the things required for the beings is slowly happening in some of the brahmandas. एग्जाम्पल देखो, संसिक्त बीजानाम कोशे अंकुर कलायता. Like when the seeds are put in water or put under the earth, watered, then don't you see slowly the seedling or sprouts coming? In that way, in some brahmandas, just now the conveniences for the life and the beginning of the life is happening. See that all the three pictures. एक तो अभी भी उसका संकल्प क्षय रात्रि की तरह शून्य है. अदर वन क्रिएट होकर पूरा अपना हिस्सा खत्म करके हिस्सा खत्म करके घर घर आव राव से इट इज नॉट जस्ट गोइंग टू गेट ब्रोकन. थर्ड वन, जस्ट नाउ द जीव समुदाय is coming up. So the first one is not started. The third one is slowly the living conveniences are made, and the life is slowly coming in that second brahmanda, which is in sequence the third. The whole brahmanda is fulfilled its existence. Now it is getting slowly broken, है ना. हर चीज आप दुनिया में देखते हो ना, पूरा बंजर की तरह जमीन है, अभी रोपाई किया हुआ जमीन है, और पूरा क्रॉप हाथ में आया, कटौती का भी चल रहा है. So too, absolutely in uninhabited places. Second, right now only either and there some buildings are made. Some of them, so many buildings are made. Full हो गया, अभी no new construction is possible. Only an earthquake is waiting, or a world war is waiting for all the buildings to get broken. कोई ना कोई तरीका भगवान अपनाते हैं. So all the three are told now. Next, Maha Pralaya Sampattau Suryarchirvidyuto Drayah Pravritta Garitum Kechit Tape Himakana Iva. In some Brahmandas, so वो zooming camera लगा के Mother Saraswati showing Leela and Sri Vaashishtha ji is telling Ram. In some of the Brahmandas, Mahapralaya Kala is fully activated. Therefore, to accomplish that Mahapralaya, all the Mahapralaya causing phenomenal forces have become activated. Which are they? Mahapralaya Sampattau, Surya Archir, Vidyutaha Adrayaha. Suryaha, Bhagavan Surya with all his blazing heat. Then Vidyutaha, rains and thunders, etc. Adrayaha, all the mountains getting broken. And then even the oceans coming together. Pravritta, Galitum, Kechit, Tape Himakana Iva. Example is when the hot sunlight comes, how the snow or the ice slowly gets burnt. So too, when the Mahapralaya causing things are activated, the Brahmanda is getting that way melted and consumed. And in our other Puranas, different Vistara Varnana is done about this Pradaya. Variety they tell. One side they say for 100 years there is no rain, therefore no food. Therefore, अनाज के नहीं रहने के कारण most of the people die. In another time, the Lord Sun comes little near as if to have a cup of coffee on the earth. Because of that heat, the scorching happens. The other side, Indra sends the Samvartaka Megha or the Pralaya Megha, they come. And those rains
For 100 years they continually rain. पहले 100 साल बारिश नहीं थी, अब 100 साल बारिश ही होएगी. And with that rain, all the four oceans which are around the earth, Chatusagara Paryantam, they come together to shake hand. इतने में earth डूब गया. And there, the what are they? The forest fires will happen, the volcanoes will burst. All these will happen at the Pralaya Kala. On the whole, the entire Brahmanda should cease to exist. है ना? Nothing new for us to understand like today. To destroy the things which are unwanted, how many thousands of techniques are invented by the human being? And a very strong, hard iron things like a car, hai, a two-wheeler, hai, they are crushing machines. Into that they go and they get crushed and they count as powder. The plastic, they are molding it into different things. How the destruction of the things is achieved by the human. So a small human being's dimag itna sochta hai. So Ishvara knows how to finish this Brahmanda when its work is over. Okay, now at a bigger picture, anything created, projected gets fulfilled only in its destruction and rejection. This principle we have to accept. Adding to that, the another beautiful one, all of that happens on the substratum and nobody can dare touch that substratum. कोई उसका बाल बांका नहीं कर सकता. And one more thing we add to it, that substratum is me only. I have to realize it in the core of my heart, going beyond these panchakoshas. अब देखो crystal clear picture. Now we have to do manana, digest it, then understand what to do. Take your time, give your time. Continue. We have 10 more shlokas. I think tomorrow we'll do them. Sarvam Bhagavat Charanarvindarpanavam Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Nava Tatsat Brahmarpanavastu Bol Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan Ki Vasishtha Bhagavan Ki Vishwamitradi Bhagavan Ki Jai Valmiki Bhagavan Ki Jai Saraswati Maya Ki Jai Leela Maya Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santar Ki Jai. So from now onwards a good data is given to us. Think about the Brahmandas themselves are surging up and dissolving in that infinite consciousness. Then what to talk about the things being around? Then the fear of losing things beings that goes away. Thinking number one. Thinking two, that consciousness in which Ananta Koti Brahmandas are born and going is me. Therefore, I am the eternal being. For me, there is no birth and death. Therefore, the mama is dissolved, the attachments, because everything is rejectable, projected is rejectable. The aham also dissolved, the chota aham, which is identified with the chota mama. I am that infinite consciousness. Keep on saying it. और शर्माना नहीं इसको और पब्लिक में नहीं बोलना यू नो आई एम ब्रह्मन ही विल आल्सो से मैं भी ब्रह्म हूँ और यू आस्क हाउ बिकॉज मैं भी स्वामी जी का लेक्चर सुना यूट्यूब में isn't it? It is not to tell anyone. अपने लिए अंदर. Tell not others. You know I am Brahman. वो बोलता है कितने का वो तो मैं इतना ब्राह्मण हूँ. Like I have a car. What cost is it? 4 crores. That's it. I am having the costliest car of the world. That Rolls Royce new model Benz, 230 crores. Is the costliest car available on the earth. 230 करोड़ रुपए का कार है भैया. हाँ मेरे को क्या करना है मैं तो ब्रह्म हूँ. अहम ब्रह्मास्मि मंत्रोयम सर्वदोषम निवारयेत. तुर्य रूपोस्मि. May this knowledge be fully grasped by us, fully digested by us, accepted by us. May we accept ourselves to be that and reject to be everything else within us. Then, other than this, is there any way to get out of the clutches of Desha Kala and their continuous influence on us of molding, modifying, and destroying? देख लो. Om. Thank you. Now let us study our Vakyavarti sometime.